fight with Paddy.
Really?
Yeah, that fight excites me even more.
You don't even need to like sell that fight, it sells itself. Like two people who genuinely dislike each other. You don't really get that. We haven't seen that since like it could be even McGregor, right? Two people who actually hate each other, because I hate him.
Paddy Pimblett.
The hand sanitizer boy knocked Holloway out, didn't see that coming, but give him his due. Good finish. Max is the better boxer, but Ilya is the better swinger, isn't he? And he ended up catching him with them big shots on the button. So congrats, fella. Can't wait for Vol to come back and beat you up. I'm willing to anytime.
I finish you. I finish you, little man.
Get that from here.
I finish you.
In his post-fight interview standing inside the cage with Joe Rogan, Ilia Topuria kicked off the Hunger Games. He didn't just call out a contender, he called out everyone. But make no mistake, his main target was clearly the baddie. Given their long-standing beef, there's absolutely no way UFC matchmakers can ignore this. With the right promotional campaign, this has all the ingredients to become one of the biggest fights in the history of the division. But hey, we're not here today just to stir up the hype. We're here to break down the technical chess match behind this potential war. So hit that like button and let's dive in. This potential power kick of a matchup deserves a breakdown that's more than just gut feeling. We're going deep, round by round, style by style, almost like we're game planning for both sides. So what do we know so far? Ilia, two-division UFC champion, current king of the lightweight division, riding a brutal 17-fight win streak. His recent scalps, Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. This man isn't just collecting names, he's a legend killer in MMA form. If you get the pro wrestling reference, you get to like the video twice. The Georgian Spaniard has already proven that he belongs at the top by absolutely dominating the competition and making every single fight look the same, one-sided and violent. Then we've got Paddy the Baddie Pimblett, a rising superstar whose success was practically scripted years ago. With a massive fan base behind him, the Liverpool native stormed into the UFC, kept running through the competition. He's built up an impressive win streak, overflowing confidence, and the unshakable belief that, well, Scousers don't get knocked out. Now, let's talk striking. Topuria is a fundamentally sound boxer with laser accuracy and sniper-level timing. His punches land with serious intent and take the shortest route possible to the target. His jab is clinically used to control range and set up light and fast combinations. He's packing fight-ending power in both hands, and his head movement gets sharper every fight. His greatest strengths, pressure and counter-striking. He can walk you down or punish your mistakes in a heartbeat. Pimblett, on the other hand, fights with a more chaotic style sprinkled with bursts of aggression. He's not lacking in power, but his striking isn't as dialed in as Ilia's because striking isn't his bread and butter. That said, Paddy's unpredictable. He mixes things up, throws to the head and body, and uses a lot of kicks and creative combos. He tends to rely on his toughness, cardio, wearing down opponents, and taking over in later rounds. He's got a 73-inch reach compared to Topuria's 69, but honestly, that doesn't mean much here. Charles Oliveira had 74 and still got caught. So what can we expect in the striking department? Ilia will most likely try to maintain distance, sting Paddy with sharp jabs, and counter after those wild bursts we often see from the baddie. Patience will be key, and that's something El Matador has in spades. Paddy's best shot: break the rhythm, bring the chaos, pressure with a messy tempo, fire off a ton of kicks, and try to chip away from the outside. Because closing the distance on Topuria early is straight up dangerous, especially in those opening rounds. The real question is, will Paddy's weight cuts and cardio hold up long enough to exhaust the Georgian and take over late? That is, if he can even survive the early storm without eating one of Ilia's nukes right on the chin. Now, let's get into the ground game. Everything that comes with Ilia Topuria possesses a high-level Greco-Roman wrestling background. His takedowns are powerful. His hips and back are always locked in, and once he gets a hold of you, good luck breaking free. His top control is like wet concrete. Sure, he prefers to finish fights on the feet, but his grappling is no less polished. It's a key component of his toolkit, as it should be for a true professional at this level, and Ilia has got it dialed in. Submission defense? Just ask Charles Oliveira and others who tried at an elite level. Now, Paddy Pimblett, grappling and groundwork are his domain, his element, call it what you will. It's his biggest weapon and the reason he's escaped from some of the trickiest, even dire situations inside the octagon. The only issue is, can he take Ilia down? Oliveira could, Bryce Mitchell did, but that was way back in December 2022. If Paddy can get him down, he's got a real shot at imposing his will on the ground. If not, he's in trouble. The biggest unknown, and maybe Paddy's Achilles heel, is how he'll handle takedown defense and ground control from an elite wrestler. We We haven't yet seen someone who truly knows what they're doing shoot on Paddy, take him down and try to break him on camera. That's why this possibility feels very real in the upcoming fight. When Paddy is in control on the mat, he's downright dangerous. He's constantly transitioning, hunting for submissions and chokes, or going for the finish without a second thought. So honestly, it's tough to give a clear edge to either man here. Both are dangerous in their own right, and the outcome may hinge on who gets to the position first. Now, let's talk about something intangible: confidence. Ladies and gentlemen, both of these men are brimming with it. Not just one card full, they're bringing the whole damn train. Ilia Topuria is basking in his prime, fresh off another victory over a living legend. He made good on his promise and captured his second UFC belt like it was just another day at the office. No emotion, no drama, just business as usual. He's undefeated, loyal to his team, and grounded in the kind of self-belief that only comes from thousands of hours of hard training and years of war room preparation. He walks the walk, talks the talk with a champion's poise. He's only 28, but he's already sitting at the top of the MMA mountain. And Paddy the Baddie Pimblett? No less confident. Yes, he's tasted defeat before, but that was ages ago. Since then, the Scouser has matured, leveled up in every sense of the word, and now walks this earth at 30 years old, fully aware that his time is coming. For the past 4 years, he's been knocking down whoever the world's best league threw his way, talking the talk and backing it up with clear signs of professional growth. But if we're being real, Topuria's confidence is battle-tested, hardened by gold, legacy, and victories over the sport's greats. Paddy's swagger still carries the raw, hungry edge of a man chasing the crown. Both are confident, no doubt. The real question is whose confidence holds up when the heat is on. Neither man has been visibly broken or pushed to that breaking point recently, so it's hard to say for sure. But if we had to pick, the slight edge goes to the champ. He's been through the fire, he stood tall after slaying kings. So what's driving Ilia? What's the fuel behind the fire? Simple: the hunger to prove that his rise to the top is no fluke. The need to finish what he started back in 2022. The mission to legitimize his reign and show once and for all that his calculated style beats chaos every single time. His motivation is that of a king defending his throne. Paddy, meanwhile, is chasing destiny, driven by the dream to become the undisputed UFC champion and make every grueling year of hard work finally pay off. This is Paddy Pimblett's shot to change his life forever, to silence the critics who label him a hype train with no chance against elite competition, to end the beef on his own terms. This is the mindset of a challenger with nothing to lose but everything to prove. To sum it up, both fighters are more motivated than ever, but their reasons couldn't be more different. For Ilia, a loss could mean disaster, the kind of derailment that changes legacies. For Paddy, a defeat is just a step back, not the end of the road. That right there might give the Scouser a sense of psychological freedom. Possible scenarios and predictions. Let's get real. The most likely outcome is an early knockout by El Matador. With his flawless timing, cold-blooded composure, and dynamite fists, Topuria can catch Paddy coming in or backing out and end it just like that. We've seen Pimblett get touched up before, but nobody hits like Topuria. That's a whole different kind of danger. Second most likely, a dominant showing or late stoppage win by the champ. Even if Paddy survives the early storm, Ilia's jab, pressure, clinch work, and takedown threat will overload his system. Eventually, that constant pressure will lead to a one-sided victory and a successful title defense. There's also the possibility of Topuria winning it on the ground. Sure, that might sound surprising at first, but this is MMA and we're talking about Ilia freaking Topuria. Anything can happen. We'd say the champ has about an 80% chance of walking away with the win. Now, what about the challenger from Liverpool? Things are murkier on that end. Yes, he has a slim path to victory, maybe overwhelming Topuria with tempo and output, but to do that, he'd need to magically dodge everything Ilia throws. That's borderline impossible. It only takes one clean shot to the chin and it's lights out. There's also the submission route. If Ilia makes a rare mistake on the ground, Paddy could capitalize with his creativity and elite grappling. Think flying triangle off the cage,